Marhaba, hi everybody. Salam. My name is Maysa Daw. I am an artist, a musician, and an actress. Well, I'm mainly a singer-songwriter. I write music, I sing, I compose, I play a few instruments. I have my solo work, and I'm a very proud member of Kellimi, an international band, and a very proud member of DAM, the first Palestinian hip-hop band. Actually, the first people to sing hip-hop in Arabic in the Middle East. Now, DAM started in 1999, 2000, and I was really young back then, and I pretty much grew up on their music. I was a huge fan. I loved every single song, knew all the lyrics. And I remember even at one time, I already knew, of course, that I wanted to do music. I always knew that I wanted to do music. And I remember I was 13, 14, and I was standing in the crowd in Haifa and watching a DAM show. And I remember thinking, will I ever be good enough or successful enough to do a song with DAM? A few years later, 2015, I become a member of the band. 2019, we release the first album with me as a member. It's called Ben Hana Mana. I'm completely in love with this album and pretty much changed my life. But this is not really what I'm here to talk about. Good? Yeah. This is not really what I'm here to talk about. What I want to share with you is actually how hard it was for me to write the speech for today. Because see, when I was first contacted by TEDx to write a speech, I knew exactly at the same moment what I wanted to talk about, what I want to say, and how I want to say it. But then, just a bit later, the recent events in Palestine started taking place. And it kind of made my whole speech irrelevant for the moment. Now, the events in Palestine, what I'm talking about is what we've seen the past month happening in Sheikh Jarrah, in Silwan, in Aqsa, in Jerusalem, in Akka, Yafa, Gaza, Haifa, Led. And this is nothing new, of course, and we know that this has been happening for years and years and years. But the thing this time is that there's a new light on it and new actions being taken. And it's like overnight, everybody knew that we needed to take action. We didn't talk about it, but there was this unspeakable sync, and everybody knew that we had to take action, and everybody kind of knew exactly what their role was. Every person knew what his or her role was, and the next day we were just doing what we needed, what each person needed to do. And what this created is that it reunified the Palestinian cause. It's not a Gaza cause, it's not a West Bank cause, it's not a diaspora, and it's not Palestine 48 cause. It became, again, a Palestinian cause. And it became international and very spoken of. And it's still happening, and it created a very big wave of change. Now, why did this make my speech irrelevant? See, what I really wanted to talk about is how hard it is for me and how difficult and frustrating for me it is to be constantly identified as a Palestinian woman artist rather than just artist. Now, don't get me wrong, I love being a woman, I love being Palestinian, both very huge parts of what I am, but it's not all that I am. And see, I knew that I wanted to do music before I even understood what politics is, before I knew what being a Palestinian means, before I knew what being a woman actually means in this crazy world. I knew that I wanted to do music. And this comes in many forms. Well, when we think about it, when we speak about men, when we speak about musicians or speakers, but men, we never identify them as men speakers or men musician. It even sounds weird saying these two words together. But when we speak about women, it's almost impossible to not mention it. It's like we have to really emphasize that it's women. You know, this is a whole subject by itself, but this is not the main reason why this is really hard for me. And why it's hard for me, because most of the time I find myself being invited to events because the event needs a woman's voice, or because the event needs a Palestinian voice. And that really makes me question my art sometimes. Am I being invited because I'm a great artist like I want to be? Or am I being invited because I'm a woman or because I'm Palestinian? If they had other options, would I still be looked at or invited, or would I be put on the side and they just go to get whatever first Palestinian woman they can get their hands on? See, this happens a lot with me, and I was even invited to the USA a few years ago to do a show. I was the headline of the show. 16 hours flight, I get there, jet lag, everything, excited to do the show, but when I get there, I realized that the people that invited me had actually no idea who I was. They didn't know that I had an album out. They didn't know my music, never heard it. They just knew that I am a Palestinian woman artist. Now, I really do aspire, really dream of being defined as an artist and being recognized for my music, and not because I'm a woman and not because I'm Palestinian. I'm gonna talk about these things anyway, but I aspire to be able to be recognized for my music and to be identified as a musician. But what the recent events reminded me of is that at this moment, I don't really have the luxury for that. It reminded me of the importance of amplifying voices that are usually mistreated, misheard, silenced, or even killed just because of who we are. It reminded me of the change that this strategy actually brought upon us. And I really do think, for me personally, how I see myself, I really do feel that speaking about these issues is a big part of my responsibility as an artist, especially because of where I come from, and because of my background, and because of how privileged I am. See, I come from the most supportive family that a person can ask for. They always have my back no matter what. I'm forever thankful for them, Habibi. And I come from Haifa. And these two alone makes it a lot easier for me to speak where otherwise it would be very hard to speak. And I feel it's part of my responsibility to document and to speak up and to talk about whatever is happening. And also, well, we can't deny and we can't ignore the fact that being a Palestinian woman musician is great for the image. And I'm gonna give an example. My band Kallimi, if you remember, I mentioned us in the beginning. Well, we are an international band. We are 4 women, 2 Palestinians, 1 Swiss half Palestinian, and 1 Dominican Republic. Even me, with all these thoughts that I'm sharing with you, I would wanna go see that show without knowing the music. Because it sounds, I don't know, it sounds a lot of things. And maybe that's one of the reasons why, especially our first few shows before we got labels and agencies and bookings and everything, why 95% of our shows were fully booked, sold out, without even having one song out that people can listen to. And people still came. And I'm not underestimating the music that we do. I'm in love with our music. I really love the beautiful women that are with me. I love the chemistry that we have. I love the fusion of our voices and our music genres and everything. I love what we do, and I really believe in it. But I cannot ignore this fact. Now, with that being said, I really think that it's important that we take advantage of every stage that we are given, of every platform that we are given, and to take that opportunity to speak up. And with that being said, you want to invite me because I'm a woman? Go ahead. You want to invite me because I'm Palestinian? Alayhum, go ahead. Because I have a lot to say, and I'm going to use every platform given to me to say exactly what needs to be said. So let me rephrase it. Thank you. Let me rephrase it. Hi, my name is Maysa Daw. I am a Palestinian woman musician, and I really think that we need to take the opportunities that we have. So speak about Palestine, speak about Sheikh Jarrah, speak about Silwan, about Akka, about Yafa, about Haifa, about Al Khalil, about Gaza, about the diaspora. Speak about Ramallah, speak about Al-Aqsa, speak about Syria and about Yemen, speak about Colombia, speak about Black Lives Matter, and the indigenous people all around the world. Speak about Turtle Island and the LGBTQ+ community. Because a huge change is coming. And this change is not coming from governments, and it's not coming from political parties. It's coming from the people. And it's big, and it's happening. And this change needs to be, and it will be, worldwide. Thank you. Shukran.